Miss Martian is a fictional superhero in DC Comics. Publication history: Miss Martian was created by Jeff Johns and Tony Daniel and first appeared in Teen Titans number 37. Miss Martian is named Megan Morse after Marvel Comics editor Ben Morse's wife, Megan. Morse is a friend of Johns. Fictional character biography: Miss Martian is a white Martian known as Marn. She serves as a member of the Teen Titans during the year between the events depicted in Infinite Crisis and the 1 year later stories. On Earth, she simplifies her name to Megan Morse. Marn was originally sent by rocket from Mars to the Vega system, to escape the civil war between the Green Martians and the White Martians. To date, it is still unknown when she came to Earth from Vega. Initially, Marn pretended to be a Green Martian, like the Martian Manhunter, and joined the Teen Titans. After her feelings were hurt through insensitivity and misunderstanding with her teammates, Marn left the Titans to be a hero in Australia. Though the Titans suspected she might have been a traitor, it turned out that her accuser, Bombshell, was the actual traitor. After helping the team defeat Bombshell and proving her loyalty, she was accepted as a full member of the Titans. Marn and Cyborg travel to Belle Reve to interrogate the depowered Bombshell. Marn, using her telepathy on Bombshell, discovers the existence of Titans East. Marn fights some girl, who claims to be from a future in which Martians are slaves because of something that Marn will do. Unable to convince some girl to tell her what she will do in the future, Marn dives into the ocean and then hits some girl with a mass of water, dousing her flames. The Titans tomorrow appear with Miss Martian as a member. She has a different look, having embraced her white Martian heritage. Having changed her name to Martian Manhunter, she is beheaded by her present-day counterpart. As a result of this encounter, the consciousness of her future self has taken refuge in Megan's own mind. An epilogue to the Titans of Tomorrow, Today. Storyline depicts Miss Martian 8 years in the future. She colludes with Lex Luthor and Tim Drake, the Robin of the time and with whom she is having an affair, to clone several deceased Titans, including Superboy and Kid Flash. Megan is attacked by Disruptor of the Terror Titans, whose weapons almost separate her from her future self. Megan is captured and thrown into a room with Kid Devil, who has been savagely conditioned into a mindless beast. She attempts to calm his mind with her telepathy, but unfortunately a reincarnated version of Granny Goodness has found a way to inhibit her Martian abilities. Megan finally manages to restore Eddie's rational mind, and the two escape. Back at Titan's Tower, Megan implies that the encounter with Disruptor has allowed her to subdue her future self's consciousness. Her future counterpart seems still able to communicate with her, but Marn shushes her effortlessly by the simple threat of sicking the cute puppies on her, for example feeding her images of cuteness and love. Later, however, Megan begins showing signs of being unable to subdue her evil self, such as appearing before the team having chalk white skin as opposed to her usually preferred green skin. She seems as surprised at this as the rest of the team, and later finally comes to the conclusion to leave the Titans for an unknown period of time. Before leaving, however, she says goodbye to the Titans and admits to Eddie that she will miss him the most, to which he questions if she is comparing him to the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. Teen Titans writer Sean McKeever has stated that Megan's departure from the Titans is part of a longer story he is working on and that she will return to the team at a later time. Megan appears in the final issue of the Terror Titans miniseries, having been posing as Star-Spangled Kid in the Darkseid Club's Metahuman fights. She had been using her immunity to Clock King's mind control to slowly free the other brainwashed metahumans. Megan is briefly seen as part of an underground resistance cell in Final Crisis number 5. She rejoins the Titans in the aftermath of their failed recruitment drive, bringing new members Static and Aquagirl with her. In the same story, Megan hints that she has rid herself of her future counterpart's consciousness from her mind. When Beast Boy returns to lead the Titans in the wake of Kid Devil's death, Megan is the only member of the team who is willing to support him. While the rest of the team is busy arguing with him, Megan is attacked and captured by a new villain known as Wild. After a vigorous battle, Megan is rescued by her teammates. At some point prior to this, Megan is seen operating on a solo mission where she defeats Brick after he attempts to abduct a young girl and hold her for ransom. Seconds after flooring the kidnapper, Megan is visited by Jay Garrick, who recruits her for some unknown purpose. In the finale of Justice League, Cry for Justice, it is revealed that Garrick recruited her in order to help interrogate Prometheus, who had destroyed Star City. When she attempts to read his mind, Megan is knocked out by specialized mental defenses Prometheus put in place after an encounter with the Martian Manhunter. Megan later accompanies her fellow Titans to the city of Dakota in order to look for Static after he goes missing. After Wonder Girl, Aquagirl, and Bombshell are kidnapped as well, the remaining Titans track them to an armored bunker. Megan tries to fight off a powerful metahuman gangster named Holocaust, but he is somehow able to resist her telepathic assault and knock her unconscious. After awakening, Megan realizes that she had accidentally struck Raven with a mental barrage, which has now left her comatose. On the way back to Titan's Tower, Raven is kidnapped by Wild. == Miss Martian is introduced very soon after a Martian Manhunter miniseries wherein John befriends a male white Martian named Tillall and introduces him to the Justice League. It is speculated that originally it was to be revealed that Marn was in fact Tillall, and this revelation was retconned to her being a female white Martian because DC editorial became uncomfortable with the idea of Martian transvestism after she was shown in romantic situations with several characters. =Brightest Day During Brightest Day, Megan is asked by Batman to contact Starman after he is captured by a crazed Alan Scott. After coming aboard the Justice League Watchtower, she mentally reaches out to Starman and begins to relay information about his prison, only to transform into her white Martian form and attack the Justice League. Before Megan can injure any of her fellow heroes, she is knocked unconscious by Power Girl, who implies that she had been possessed by the Star Heart, the cosmic entity that granted Alan his powers. Around this time, the recently resurrected Martian Manhunter contacts Titan's Tower in order to talk to Megan, and is told by Superboy that she has taken a leave of absence from the team. He heads to Australia to find Megan and see if she has any information about a string of murders that seem to have been committed by a fellow Martian, only to find her tied up and severely beaten. While tending to her, John is contacted by the entity, and Megan's wounds fully recover. She also senses that there is another Martian on Earth. When John asks Megan who did this to her, Megan says she was attacked by a female Green Martian. After a mission to rescue Raven from Wild's dimension, Megan is left in a coma. Cyborg and a scientist named Rochelle Barnes take Megan to Cadmus Labs in order to find a way to help her, and Static comes along with her, stating that she should have a Titan by her side while she recovers. The issue ends with a note stating that the story will be resolved in a new Static solo series, which will launch sometime in 2011. No longer a member of the Titans, Miss Martian is later attacked by a teenaged psychic named Alexander, who kidnaps her and uses her as bait to lure Supergirl into a trap. After defeating Supergirl, Marn uses her abilities to help brainwash Blue Beetle and Robin into serving Alexander. It is later revealed, however, that Miss Martian was never under Alexander's control to begin with. She had merely pretended to be while using her telepathy to tell Supergirl her plan. Miss Martin then force-feeds Alexander's mind with mental feedback, distracting him enough for Supergirl to subdue him. Along with a number of other former Titans, Marn returns to assist the team during their final battle against Superboy Prime and the Legion of Doom. Working together with Solstice, Marn defeats her old nemesis Sun Girl. The New 52 In the New 52, Red Robin is shown watching a press conference where Lex Luthor shows off photographs of Marn as part of a presentation about alien life on Earth. Powers and abilities: Miss Martian possesses abilities similar to Martian Manhunter and all other Martians. She has superhuman strength and stamina comparable to that of a Kryptonian. She is invulnerable and has been shown to repel attacks from the likes of Despero. She can enhance this invulnerability by making herself super dense. This invulnerability also extends to her being able to survive in the vacuum of space. She also has the ability to shapeshift, and she can use this to regenerate herself at a rapid rate. Her shape-shifting can be used at will and in an unlimited application, including adopting human or monstrous appearance, elongating her limbs, growing to immense size, altering the chemical composition of her body, etc. This also extends to her being able to expand or lengthen her limbs or to create natural body weapons. This control over her molecular structure also gives her the abilities of invisibility and intangibility. She is a powerful psychic with major applications of this being telepathy and telekinesis. She can use the telekinesis to manipulate, move, control, levitate many objects. She can also use her telekinesis to fly. Her telepathy is one of her strongest abilities and allows her a wide variety of abilities including mind reading, communication by the mind, projecting her thoughts, creating illusions, locating other sentient beings, mental detection, mental cloak, mental scan, controlling others' minds, manipulating memory, inducing sleep, astral travel, and transferring information to people directly. Her psionic abilities can also manifest themselves in a telekinetic blast push or a telekinetic shield. A further application of her powers is Martian vision, in which she expels energy from her eyes. Martians have 9 senses compared to humans, which gives them stronger perception of the world. As an adult in the Titans of Tomorrow. Today. Storyline: Mon's default physical form is that of a white Martian having embraced her heritage. To compensate for her pyrophobia, adult Mon wears a force field that protects her from flame. Weakness: like all Martians, she can be weakened by fire. This comes in the form of pyrophobia, with fire being the Martian's Achilles heel, equivalent to Kryptonian's weakness to kryptonite. Exposure to fire typically causes her to lose the ability to maintain her physical form, melting into a pool of writhing green plasma. It was revealed, during the Trial by Fire storyline, that the Martian weakness to fire is an inbuilt psychosomatic effect, placed in the Martian race long ago by the Guardians of the Universe. The purpose of this was to prevent the Martians from reverting to a previous state in which they were highly aggressive, on the verge of interstellar conquest, and required flames and the psychic suffering of others in order to reproduce. Other versions. Smallville Season 11 Miss Martian is featured in Smallville Season 11 based on the TV series. In this continuity, Mon is a white Martian captive of Checkmate, and is looked after by King Faraday, a scientist who begins to bond with her after the death of his own daughter. She begins to adapt an appearance based on Faraday's deceased daughter and is named Megan Morse. After his death, Megan begins a killing spree on people who are evil until Batman and Martian Manhunter find her. Although there are tensions between them at first, she bonds with John and she becomes his protégé niece. She later joins Jay Garrick's team of Titans and enters into a relationship with Connor Kent. Smallville, Titans Miss Martian is a member of the team with Connor Kent, Superboy, Speedy, Blue Beetle, Zan and Jaina at Jay Garrick's School for the Gifted. Earth 16, The Just Equals, on the New 52 DC Multiverse world of Earth 16, an alternate Miss Martian is glimpsed briefly in a swimming pool ensemble scene, although she has no dialogue within it. Earth 16 is a legacy-based alternate Earth, where the Silver Age generation of metahumans has had children, or have relinquished active crime fighting to their former proto-copyright GA copyright S. However, due to pre-programmed Superman robots, there is little active criminality left to fight, so metahumans undertake combat games. Whether Miss Martian is a member of the Teen Titans on this alternate Earth is unknown at present. In other media. Television Miss Martian is a lead character in the Young Justice animated series, voiced by Danica McKellar. Within the show, she is introduced as the niece of the Martian Manhunter. Her weakness to fire is due to Mars being pretty cold. Mon is 48 human chronological years, but only 16 by Martian biological standards. She states that she has 12 sisters on Mars, indicating a surviving Martian society. She is shown strong telekinetic and telepathic abilities as well as flight, camouflage and shape-shifting, but she initially had trouble mimicking men. However, she was able to mimic Red Tornado flawlessly. Her shape-shifting allows her to heal faster than a human would. Miss Martian has strength and durability above that of a typical human. Like Kid Flash and Superboy, her other comic-based abilities are not indicated, though she cites density shifting as an advanced technique. However, in Fail-Safe, Martian Manhunter states she is the most powerful telepath he has encountered in terms of raw power and potential growth, even in comparison to himself. She developed a crush on Superboy since meeting him, blushing when he compliments her in Drops and almost kissing him in Bereft. By the episode Terrors, they began a romantic relationship, which they initially keep secret from the team. In the episode Targets, she joined the cheerleading squad on her and Superboy's first day of school. Miss Martian's humanoid form and personality, as well as her catchphrase "Hello, Megan," is based on a character, also named Megan, from an old Earth TV show she enjoyed watching on Mars, and she chose Connor's name from another character in the show, as revealed in the episode Image. When Garfield Logan requires a blood transfusion to save his life, she shifts hers to match, saving him but beginning a process which transforms him into Beast Boy. During battle with Fsman in the episode, he exposes her true form as a white Martian, but she manages to conceal it from her teammates. Later, she claims to be a green Martian, and that her true form is a female version of Martian Manhunter's human appearance. Due to Miss Martian's fear of her teammates' reaction to her white Martian form, Bylea leader Queen Bee blackmails her, but Miss Martian ultimately reveals her true form to the team, to only momentary shock. Superboy revealed that he had known Miss Martian's secret since they shared a strong telepathic connection in Bylea, and had simply chosen to wait for her to tell him in her own time. Mon appears in the second season titled Young Justice, Invasion set 5 years later. She remains with the team, sporting a shorter haircut and wears her stealth costume at all times. She is also considerably more serious and experienced. Superboy has ended their relationship, but she is now involved with Lagoon Boy. Following his mother's death, she has accepted Beast Boy as an adopted younger brother. She is now capable of using density shifting. Her personality is darker than before, aggressively probing the minds of her enemies, which leaves them in a catatonic state. It is revealed in the episode Depths that Superboy's disagreement with Mon's blatant disregard for the side effects of her probing mind on her enemies led to their breakup, with the final straw being Mon's attempt to erase his memory of their argument. Mon shows visible remorse of the event, particularly given Superboy's anger over the violation of their deeply personal connection. In the episode Before the Dawn, Mon confronts ALL and telepathically attacks him as revenge for his supposed killing of Artemis, but her probing reveals that Artemis is alive and working undercover with ALL. She breaks off the attack, horrified that she has left ALL catatonic. She subsequently enters a state of mental shock, becoming almost non-responsive and requiring prodding from her teammates to use her powers, which results in a swift defeat at the hands of Black Beetle, and then refusing to use her telepathy. Afterwards, Black Manta has her captured by Tigress and Deathstroke to make her fix ALL's mind. After succeeding, Miss Martian, Tigress and Calder come up with a plan to escape, which is compromised by Sportsmaster and Cheshire's assassination attempt on Black Manta. In the end, Miss Martian and Sportsmaster make a deal and both end up escaping without blowing Calder and Tigress cover. After her escape, she breaks up with Lagoon Boy out of guilt about going out with him because he made her feel better, though he had forgiven her later in Summit. At this point she asks Nightwing where Connor is and is upset to hear that he is spending time with Wendy Harris from their old high school. In Endgame, she and Superboy discuss their feelings towards each other and she is overjoyed to hear that Connor was just helping Wendy out with her relationship with another old school friend. Following the death of Wally West, while discussing the new relationship between Tim Drake and Cassie, they both reconcile their own relationship, but before they can kiss they are called to the briefing room by ALL, where they are dispatched for a mission on Mars with Beast Boy. Miss Martian makes a guest appearance in the Teen Titans Go! Episode Let's Get Serious. She accompanies ALL and Superboy in taking out the HIV, as the Titans were too silly to do it properly. Miss Martian appears in the web series DC's Superhero Girls as a student at Superhero High. Film The Young Justice version of Miss Martian, along with Wonder Girl, Artemis, and Zatanna, makes a cameo appearance as home viewers in Scooby-Doo. WrestleMania Mystery Video games Miss Martian appears as a playable character in the video game Young Justice, Legacy, where Danica McKellar reprises the role. Miss Martian also appears as a playable character in LEGO Batman 3, Beyond Gotham, voiced by Laura Bailey. See also, Martian Manhunter, 1 year later. References. External links, Miss Martian at the DC Database.